Hello, this is John Kvale of JK Financial. I want to thank you in advance for watching this video. We're going to go over a couple of high points of the Q2 2013 newsletter. I'll be brief and we'll get right to the point. The first thing that I wanted to mention was an article that was written about currencies as an asset class. This came to view several years ago, and we followed up and done numerous research. And the general spirit of this is as all these governments are manipulating their currency, some said it's a race to devalue, so they give themselves a competitive example or competitive advantage. What has happened is the natural price discovery has left some of these currency markets. When that happens, generally there is an opportunity, no guarantee, of course, but generally there is an opportunity for good investments. And we also believe that, and this article talks about that. Secondly, I ran across an interesting DTC article that basically they were no longer wanting to print stock certificates because they were damaged in Hurricane Sandy. We run into this frequently when relatives, long lost relatives, come in with a stock certificate that they have no idea where it came from, what it is, how to probate it. Unfortunately, most of the time it is in an instance of death, but how to probate it, what to do with it. And I must assure you, having a stock certificate is much more cumbersome and complicated than having it in a brokerage account. It's very easy to put in a brokerage account. The firms nowadays keep up with your taxes, splits, every type of issue that you could want. And so I highly recommend if you have one somewhere or you think you might have a relative that has one, encourage them to deposit into a brokerage account. Third on the quick bullet point is the reason I mentioned in the newsletter, the reason to have an email notification through Street Tints, which you're watching right now. And I was able to recently post a real quick print, and it was fortunate enough to be written in the Dallas Morning News via Pamela Yip. But I was actually able to do that on the fly on the road. And I thought, what a great thing for everybody that received that. If we ever have some sort of a emergency of some type, that I can get to you immediately. So I highly encourage everybody, if you're not signed up for Street Sense emails, go ahead and do it. You can opt out easily at any time. Yes, there's going to be some articles that do not apply, but we can't hit everybody, but we do our best. Then third or fourth, we go over a few high points of the CFA forecast dinner that was held a few weeks back. Donald and I are big CFA advocates, and I go over 17 points in the newsletter and update their thoughts. We kind of use this as a diary to go back and see how these guys do later on. In closing, I'm going to cut to screenshot and go over a portion of the newsletter, but I wanted to thank you very much. I'm trying to keep these brief. We're learning on the fly. Remember, we're numbers people, but we really appreciate everybody viewing these, and we welcome your comments. So that's it for now, and I'll cut to the screenshot. Thank you again. All right, for those of you that are not familiar with our website, this is our website at www.jkfinancialinc.com. To get to the newsletter, just move over to this tab, drop down, click on Company Newsletters, and this will pop up. If you ever want to have to print out one of our newsletters, feel free to. This points to a link that's directly to a PDF on our server. But here's the actual living, breathing newsletter. Let's get to this pensions article that I was going to show you about. Here it is, and I will be brief. This article actually came up in practice several times this quarter, and so I decided to go ahead and put it back in print. It was about 5 or 7 years ago when we last did a review of this, but here's what's going on. This chart is basically showing someone who should probably go ahead and take their pension early. This can also be Social Security. This chart in the newsletter would probably be someone that would want to wait, as this crossover happens very quickly. For now, that's about all I want to go into is this. I'm going to do another video in greater detail on this, but thought I'd just give you a little bit more granularity on this actual article. So I appreciate it very much, and once again, thanks for watching the video.